from Anderson, South Carolina. What I love about my business is I love the opportunity to watch other women grow and really start something new, do things that they never thought they could do. So that is what I love about this business. I am so excited about picking up our very first pink Cadillac. Fingers crossed this week. Woo!
Oh my gosh, Jessica, that tag, I felt like I'll go pick it up and drive it back from Washington State, Guam, Puerto Rico, Egypt. I will fly if you will just give us the tag for the car. Y'all, her car's been sitting in the dealership for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Jessica, this is the week you have dreamed of for 16 years. The first time I met her at a skincare class, y'all, her dream was to drive a pink car. She told me, I kind of want to be your boss. And I'm like, okay, that sounds awesome. Well, y'all, she is climbing the ranks and her pink car is here this week. I can't wait for y'all to all see her pictures of her family. Jessica, man, you are really living the pink dream. I love saying pink dreams really do come true, and you are going to get to really see and feel that this week. It's exciting. All right, y'all, really quickly, will you just make sure that your phone is on mute? That would be amazing. I would appreciate that so much. All right, let's meet the beautiful brand new director, Tracy Cook. All right, Tracy, you keep working on unmuting. Joellen, go ahead. And then Marcy and Paula, y'all be ready to unmute for me.
Good morning, everyone. Congrats on being here and earning this. I've been building my business for 19 years. I live in Pensacola, Florida. And my favorite thing is that I have built this business through every season. I've had littles. I've had, teens, tweens. I've homeschooled for 8 years. I have 2 in college and 1 grown now. And this business has taken me through every season, which I have loved. I'm a former teacher, and this has given me so much flexibility. I love it.
Thank you for being on, Joellen. I appreciate you being here. Tracy, you're unmuted. Take it away.
I know, me and these technical devices, we struggle.
You're awesome.
I am just so excited to be here and just be a part of the whole director unit, being in the big girl league. So I'm thrilled to be here. I'm enjoying the leadership part. I'm enjoying building the unit and just seeing what this year holds for us. I just got some great girls with me and just can't wait to see what they do this year.
Tracy, I'm so proud of you for finishing and stepping on in. You guys, when director is your dream and God gave it to you, guess what? You're a perfect fit. And Tracy, you certainly are a perfect fit and you make us better. We love you, friend. Thanks for being on. Marcy, Paula, Julie. Paula, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. Well, my favorite thing about this business, I'm in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. My favorite thing about this business is it really is flexibility. So last week, I chose to work Monday through Saturday every day. I went to Atlanta this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. My bestie's a director in Atlanta. And then I went back to work yesterday. So worked yesterday, the day before, and today. So that organization of my life and being able to do it and really work it, to me, is the best.
So fun. I love the flexibility too, Paula. Thank you for being on. You make us better. Marcy Rodriguez, then Julie, and then Christy.
Good morning, Mary Kay leaders. I'm Marcy Rodriguez from Columbus, Georgia. My favorite part about my business is being able to retire early at the age of 48 from corporate America because of my Mary Kay business. Woo! Yes, and I am super excited because my team and I are earning our 8th Mary Kay card this month.
I love it. Let's go. That's so awesome, Marcy. Oh my gosh. Marcy's like a little Mary Kay. If you're ever around her, you'll always feel like you're just talking to Mary Kay. Marcy, thank you so much for being on. It means the world having you here. You make us better. All right, Julie, good morning.
Good morning. I'm Julie Williams from Peoria, Arizona. I'm so glad to be with y'all today. In a conversation with a consultant this week, we discussed the fact that we love that the people we have become through this business is not the grouchy people that we meet out in the everyday work world. That this business has absolutely transformed how I view everything through the lenses that I that I look through is an absolutely different, we called it a rainbow and sparkle point of view this week. So I just love that that is a piece that I didn't know that I needed, that I found, and has completely adjusted the way my whole life goes. So I love that.
Julie, it has been a beautiful transformation, but God is not done with you yet. That's the beautiful piece, is we get to just keep growing and keep going. And it's been such a joy, y'all. Julie was my very first offspring director ever. 22 years ago, Julie? 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 22 years ago. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for being on today.
I've been in 22. I've been a director for 20.
20. Okay, that's what I thought. I can't believe I even remembered that much. Okay, thanks for being on. All right, Christy, Kim, and Jill, go ahead.
Hey, y'all know I'm the crier of the group, okay? I'm just saying. So I always cry beginning and throughout. But anyway, I am in Luverne, Alabama. Yes, Luverne, in case it's very tiny, okay? And in case you can't tell by my accent. I love this business because I can tell you I'm a full-time teacher, and I can see a couple things, mainly like it's my platform for talking about my walk with Christ and what all he has done for me. And so I get to bless other women, other people, just the students in my classroom. They know that I'm a Mary Kay girl, and they know that I love the Lord. And I just get to work with different women and learn how to work with different personalities, different walks of life, where they've come from. And I can actually use that in ways to talk to my students and other people. I've become a better mom, a better teacher, a better person because of the things that I've learned in Mary Kay. And I get to affirm those kids that come into my classroom every day just by speaking into them like Mary Kay in this business. And so many of you have spoken to me. So
I love it. Christy, thank you for being on. What a gift to carry the Mary Kay legacy into every room that you walk in, you guys. That's what makes us different. That's why we don't go drive Uber just to make money, y'all, because this is about making a difference. It's about a ministry that pairs with makeup so beautifully. I'm so thankful I don't sell bowls or bags. I'm grateful I get to sell skincare and cosmetics, Julie, right? Have y'all looked at the Nationals when they retire? They are absolutely striking gorgeous. I'm like, God, I'm glad we don't sell bowls. I'm so glad we don't sell bowls. Y'all, it's so good. Kim, Jill, Shelby, and Marie. Go ahead, Kim.
Good morning. I'm Kimberly Wilson from Liberty, South Carolina, and I've been working my Mary Kay business for 7 years. This is my anniversary. I joined in September of 2018. And I'm a brand new baby sales director, but I'm just super excited about growing my business, super excited about growing my team. I love the financial freedom. And I'm like Christy, I love making this as a ministry so that I can minister to other women and help them learn to love the girl in the mirror like Mary Kay has brought for me.
Oh, Kim, gosh, what a beautiful day when a woman learns to love the girl in the mirror. And Kim, watching your transformation, it's pretty powerful. Thanks for being on today. All right, Jill, you're up.
Well, good morning. I'm Jill Adair from Hickory, North Carolina, and I've been building my business for 26 years. And I just absolutely love the girlfriends. I love that Mary Kay puts you in the space of people that think bigger, and just the transformation that I've seen in myself. And then, like many of y'all said, just being able to pass that on to other women. So I love the ministry. And I have to say, I absolutely love the income. I love the ability to make what you need to make and create experiences for my family. And I've been able to do that. My daughter just got engaged 3 weeks ago. So now I'm motivated to make money to pay for her wedding.
That's right.
So I love the flexibility.
And girl, let's talk about Jill can sell some Mary Kay. I am so excited about this woman right here and all she brings to our director meetings every month. You sold over 7,000 last month, Jill. $7 grand. $7 grand. And that's pretty normal, just so y'all know. So if you're ever around her, you might want to just rub on her just a little bit, stalk her up a little bit, y'all. Jill, thanks for being on today. We appreciate you being here and all that you bring. All right, Shelby, take it away.
Hi, good morning. My name is Shelby Tony, and I'm from Jasper, Georgia. Man, there's so much about this business that I am grateful for, but what I'm feeling especially grateful for this morning is that even in the hard times of life, God gave me Mary Kay. And God gave me Mary Kay to strengthen me, but also to strengthen others. And I truly, truly, truly believe that this business can change a woman's life. And I'm just really grateful for that.
Amen to that, girl. You are so right. Y'all, when you do, thank you for sharing, Shelby. Thank you for being here. When you do the parts of your business, it'll take care of you when you can't be out there in the hustle hard season. So, all right, you guys, double check your phones for me. If you're a co-host, please help me with the muting. That would be awesome. Anne Marie, take it away.
Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. Like, what is a better way to spend a bright and beautiful Saturday morning than with all these big thinkers and just encouraging one another? That's what I love. I think most about this business is not only the encouragement that I get, but that overflow that has overflowed into my family, into their friendships with their friends. And as Shelby said, I cannot imagine going through the hard times of life without the support, the connection, the sisterhood that we have in our Mary Kay business.
100%, Anne Marie. Thank you for being on, and you make us all better every day, for sure. She stretches us in our faith and holds everybody to a high standard by her own example. And Anne Marie, we love you so much for that. Y'all, she's a prayer warrior for you in case you don't know that. This girl right here, she'll straight take you right to the throne room. I'm just telling you. So Anne Marie, thank you for being that for us. It really makes a difference. Well, you guys, last but not least, this beautiful, amazing leader has chosen to invest live in you today. So before we meet our amazing guest speaker, I'm going to switch it over to gallery view for just a minute because I want to see your faces. And let's celebrate if you're hopping on today because you are someone who finished your 300 by the 15th. I want you to give me a little holla, little happy dance, little I'm excited. Awesome. Yay. Look at you. Look at all of you. I got to flip through all 3 pages. Look at all these cameras on. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being on. Holly, Haima, I see you. We're going to catch you at the end when we do the recaps at the end, you guys. So thank y'all for being on. Okay. If you added a new team member, I want you to put team member or new in the chat because we want to see that you guys are doing the one thing Mary Kay asked us to do, which is what? Pass it on. And in the month of our 62nd anniversary, y'all, what would happen if each one would reach 1? Do you understand that our corporate office would be like, oh, they get it. They're gonna continue to perpetuate our founder's dream. Y'all, it is so exciting to be a part of this company. And I'll tell you what I told our Reds at our Red Legacy retreat last weekend. When I'm with somebody and I'm nervous or I'm intimidated or I'm not sure about sharing the opportunity or I think, God, I don't know if she would be interested. The one thing I think about is going back to the couch. I go back to the moment, number 1, of my own breakthroughs. And number 2, I go back to your breakthroughs. I go back to those moments when I saw the light bulb go off and I think, dang it, that was a Kairos moment for her and her life shifted in that moment. Shannon, I feel like I watched your life shift at the Red event. Carol, I felt like your life shifted. Y'all, so many shifts. Kawana, Michelle, you guys, Jessica, that were at that event, I watched you shift in a mighty way and it was so powerful to watch. Jennifer, I watched you shift that weekend, y'all. That's what this is about. And so if you imagine when you're sitting across from her, what if this is her breakthrough? What if Mary Kay is going to be the piece? Not what if she says no? What if she hurts my feelings? What if she cancels? But what if you could lean the other way and think, what if this business was created just for her? What if a woman like Jamie Taylor was sitting on the other side of the table and you could think, gosh, she's beautiful. She has a great life. Her husband is an attorney, like all of the things, right? You could think all of those thoughts and think she doesn't need Mary Kay. Would you be taking away her life mission and her life calling because you were afraid to just ask. I can't wait to introduce you guys to this beautiful leader this morning. My phone went flying, so let me grab my phone so I can properly introduce her. You know, national sales directors, they're kind of humble, you guys, and sometimes hearing all of our accolades is like, God, who is that person they're even talking about? You know, like, because we still feel like we're just the same small town girl, and we're just a mom and a wife. And yes, we love people. We love to lead people and love on people. But sometimes to hear how God used us sometimes is like, gosh, that little girl. I'm still that little girl sometimes who thinks, gosh, I can't believe God chose me and anointed me and appointed me to the position of NSD. Well, you guys, I'm so excited to introduce her fully with every word of her accolades, because here's what I know. We do this because we hope that it inspires you. We hope that you are inspired by how God has blessed us to know that if we can, guess what? You can too. Jamie started her business as a 20-year-old college student in 2012. During her first year, she completed DIQ and earned her Grand Achiever card while juggling her senior year of college and planning a wedding. Jamie, our stories are so similar. She became a director in 2013. The same week she graduated and is building her business full-time since. She's a wife to Zach, her college sweetheart, and mom to 7-year-old Cash and 2-year-old Ren. In her 12th year, Jamie has earned the use of 8 cars, 6 of them being a famous pink Cadillac, and she's currently driving the plush, fluffy, big, pink Escalade. Woo! It's probably one of my favorite prizes they give me ever, Jamie. Literally, it's always my favorite. Jamie has made 7 appearances in the Circle of Achievement, the highest in the 650,000 circle twice. In 2015, she took her husband to London for the top sales director trip at the age of 23 years old. Jamie has also been a member of the Queen's Court of Sales and Sharing. She's been honored as the monthly Miss Go Give in 2016, her greatest honor in business thus far. Her highest commission check, buckle up, my friends, many of you, this could be your annual salary, has exceeded $32,000 for 1 month, you guys, not including her diamonds, prizes, her fluffy pink Cadillac, or her trips around the world. The Verge area was celebrated for being one of only 8 national sales directors in history to complete the Diamond Circle. That makes me cry. Her very first year. Today, Jamie celebrates being the youngest, national sales director in the company. Help me welcome my friend, the most incredible legacy leader. Mary Kay Ash would be so proud. Independent National Sales Director, Jamie Taylor. Oh my goodness. Jamie, before I let you talk, I got to tell y'all, Jamie is one of my most favorite, incredibly gifted trainers. I love hearing her speak. She is wise. Her discernment is very high. She has a way of making the information very personal. She's beautiful at telling stories. So y'all are truly in for a treat. Congratulations on leveling yourself up to be in the space of her brilliance today. Jamie Taylor, I love you. I adore you, and I highly respect you as my sister. Thank you for sharpening me every time I'm in your space. You are truly the legacy of Mary Kay, and we carry this mantle together as Kim prayed over just me and you that day. I'll never, ever forget it. So thank you for being my sister. You are surely a gift that I never knew I needed in my starter kit. I love you, friend.
Oh my gosh, Holly, right back at you. Everything that you just said. Hello, girls. Thank you for having me on today. I hope you know how obsessed everybody is in Mary Kay with your national, Holly Lowe. And I know you already know. You're so lucky. You're so lucky to be in her area, and you just get her all the time. So I'm excited to hang out with you guys. I'm proud of you guys for carving out time on a Saturday morning. You all look so sharp, so beautiful. I'm happy to be with you guys. I started my timer because I actually could talk for 8 hours. Like I am the most talkative person I know. So I just set my timer. We got 30 minutes. there's so much I want to talk about. But actually, what I'm going to be talking about today is some stuff that I wrote for, we just had a Red Jacket retreat. Well, you guys know Chelsea, you might know her. I have an offspring director named Chelsea Adkins. She's fabulous. She's wonderful. and she put on a red jacket retreat last night. And so I was planning a training for them, and I'm gonna share a lot of that with you. But what I wanted to tell you, kind of like as the directors were going through and sharing what they're grateful for, and we're just talking about this culture and all this thing that all of us share, you know, even though we're in different national areas, we all get it. Okay. I'm at this red jacket retreat, something just like so many of you would be invited to, and we're hosting it at one of the director's aunt's house. Okay. So she's not Mary Kay. We're just using her beautiful lake house. And so she decides to like sit in the back of training last night and just listen in. You know, she's just like cleaning the kitchen and drinking a glass of wine and listening to us. And I didn't really even know she was there. And when we were all done, she came up to us and she said, I have to tell you guys, I have never seen anything like this. She was probably in her 50s. She's like, I can't believe what you guys are doing. This is so empowering. Like, this is not even about cosmetics. It's about empowering women. Like, I just watched all of you be empowered tonight, and we're all nodding. We're like, yes, that's what it is. And it was really cool for an outsider to be like, to witness it, to put words to it, and to be totally blown away by how unique it is. And she said to her niece, she's like, well, what do we got to do to get you one of those pink cars? And so first of all, Jessica, congratulations. Cannot wait to see the pictures of you picking up your first pink car. There's nothing in the world like it. And for the rest of you, I hope you are dreaming about a pink car. I hope you are letting yourself want it. I'm willing to bet out of this group, this size of group, there's probably somebody out there who will not let themselves want a pink car. They're just like, that's not realistic. That's not possible. I certainly, when I joined, I told myself, oh, I don't want a pink car because that's not really even my style. Like, I don't want to drive a pink vehicle. Of course, it didn't take very long for me too. It did not take long for me to be like, okay, I would drive one of those. Actually, I would not take the cash. Anybody else? But on a deeper level, I didn't want the pink Cadillac because that felt too big for me, too bold for me, too far in the future for me. But I always say success leaves clues. Okay. And so all throughout today's training, I do want to just give you some clues, just spell them out for you. But one, I remember being a beauty consultant. I remember being a red jacket, doing those power starts, you know, being a star consultant, all the things that we're going to talk about today. And I remember when I would see a Cadillac on the road, didn't even have to be pink. It could be any brand, any color of a Cadillac vehicle. I would get little butterfly knots in my stomach because something in me was like, I'm going to drive a Cadillac one day. And the thought of it was kind of scary because it felt so far away, so much bigger than me. I had so many inadequacies. You know, I'm out here just like fighting to be a star consultant. The thought of having a Cadillac and a pink Cadillac felt too big for me. And yet something down in there, like Holly said in the chat, my guts, they just knew like, that's for me. And I got the privilege to train at this, there's an event. It's something else I want you guys to dream about. I want you to put it on your vision boards. It's called Empowered Leaders. You only get invited to go if you're an executive sales director or higher, okay? And they have them all over the country, okay? And these really cool locations. Holly just got to do a Zoom for them this last week, but I got to go to a few of these before becoming a national. So I've gotten to go, oh my gosh, there's so many cool, incredible cities you would never get to go to. So posh, so luxurious. So I got to train at one a couple years ago in Fort Lauderdale. And you know what I told that group of people, the highest level of sales director before national sales director? I told them, you got to let yourself want it. You got to let yourself want it. When women want something, forget about it. I mean, that's what Mary Kay Ash said. If a woman wants something, she'll figure it out. If she wants to do Mary Kay, she will figure out the starter kit. You know, so much of the skills that we learn is helping women to want the skincare set, right? To want to join, to want what we have. But what about you? You have got to want it. And I see women a lot, they'll stifle what they want. You've got to let yourself want it. Sometimes wanting something really bad is actually painful. Have you ever experienced that? Have you ever wanted something so bad? Have you ever wanted to get pregnant so bad and it wasn't happening yet? And it's like painful how bad you want it. Have you ever wanted something in Mary Kay that way? Well, I have. And I wanted to be, at first it started with like the first car. I wanted a car so bad, more than I could breathe. The thought of going for this car and ultimately missing it made me sick. I wanted a car so bad. And that turned into being a pink Cadillac director. And that ultimately turned into me wanting to be a national sales director. And when you want something really, truly, deeply, it actually kind of hurts. And what I want you to know, back to success leaving clues, that's a part of what makes it work. The reason I was able to become a national so relatively quickly, by the age of 29, the same age that Holly became a national, I wanted it so bad that the tension, the pain of not being in my dream yet pushed me forward, and it kept me moving. And I want you to learn how to do this, to really dream and visualize and imagine what it would be like to be a sales director until it's something that you can't live without it. You got to have it. And that tension will allow you to end up moving through and doing the things you got to do. Okay, that's not even my training though. So I want to, like I said, I came up with this for my own area. And I was like, this is really true. I wanted to share it with you guys. I know you earned this call today because you had at least 300 wholesale in by the 15th. So first of all, you are on target for your little power up. Look how cute this is. So get to 600 by the end of the month and you're halfway there. It's so cute. It comes in this little easel. Have you guys ever gotten one of these and the letters come in these little plastic things and you have to rip them off one by one? Not these. Mary Kay already put them in the little bag. They're already ripped up. You don't have to do that. So that's the real prize. Yeah, I see all the cheering. That is the real prize. Let me tell you, I was like so happy when I opened this up. All right. So congratulations. What I want to know with this group, I know some of you team built too. How many of you want to move up the career path? Like you want to grow your Mary Kay business. You want to make more money. You want to move up, even if it scares you a little bit, because that used to be me once upon a time. I'm going to talk about 4 character traits that you are going to need to develop to continue to grow your business. And this is for the newest of consultants. And this is for the national sales directors like me and Holly too. These are just timeless truths. Just things you're going to need. Okay. So you ready to just jump in? Let's just jump in. Okay. The first, the other thing I want to say about these 4 character traits, they build upon each other. So they're in order. So like if you don't have the first one, it's going to be harder to implement the other 3. Do you get what I'm saying? So they build upon each other. So we're going to start with number 1. And I'm willing to bet you've already learned about this. You're probably doing it. But nonetheless, it doesn't change the fact that of all of the women, the hundreds of women now that I've gotten to mentor, the thousands of women that I've met who have come into Mary Kay, who have wanted a dream, and to kind of watch and analyze the people who have moved up and the people who haven't, the people who have gone the distance and the people who haven't. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have that much to do with like talent or it factor. There's so many different personality types that I've led. It's more that they have these underlying common denominators. And the first one, I have never seen somebody not have this and ultimately go on to succeed in a big way. And I don't know that I can't teach it to you, but I do believe you can develop it if you don't naturally have it. And that is the heart posture of gratitude. I have never worked with somebody, well, let me flip that. Anybody that I've ever worked with who is just this deep sense of gratitude that comes deep from within their character, working with them is totally different. We talk a lot in Mary Kay about having a positive mindset. We all agree with that. That's super important. And that's kind of what this is going to be talking about. But have you guys ever heard people use the phrase toxic positivity? Have you ever heard that? Toxic positivity means like if somebody is positive in a way that they're not facing or acknowledging certain challenges, and it can come across as like not empathetic. That's what toxic positivity is. But that's not what this is. When you have a heart posture of gratitude, you're never going to be toxically positive, because a heart posture of gratitude, it is simply a lens in which you see your circumstances, the world, and the people around you. So we all have on glasses. We all are wearing lenses. In the world that we look at, we have all these different lenses: our childhood, our upbringing, limiting beliefs, the good and the bad. We all have on these different lenses. And when you have a lens of gratitude, you literally can look at the same obstacle, problem, or challenge that somebody who does not have that, and you are going to see two different things. It's going to look different. Gratitude changes everything. When you have this heart posture, the first thing is it's very hard to be entitled. When you're like really in a place of gratitude, you see things differently. And so let's like actually apply this to our Mary Kay business. When you have a heart posture of gratitude, and it's just the framework from which you operate from. Let's say you have a party that you drove an hour for, and the hostess, she did her best, but hardly anybody came and the sales were low. All of us, regardless of personality type or whatever, we might all initially feel the emotion of being bummed. You're like, oh, okay, all right, I drove an hour and nothing came out of it. Cool. We're all gonna feel that little sting of being bummed, but somebody who has trained their mind in this, they can so quickly frame that immediately to be like, I did my job. I got to connect with this hostess. Even just the deep sense of like, it means a lot to me that she wanted to have a party for me. Like, it means a lot to me that she wanted to support me, instead of this entitlement, like, how dare you waste my time like this? When you lead a team, when you're entitled and you're working on getting into DIQ, and this girl just won't scrape together a $225 order, like, come on. And you're not looking through the framework of, hey, maybe $225 is a lot of money for her. Instead of having the gratitude of like, I'm so grateful that these women are on my team supporting me, helping me get my dream, even if it's not their dream. And if she doesn't have the money to do it $225 at 10 o'clock at night on month end, that's not on her. That's not on her. I'm not going to put that on her. Gratitude helps us to take ownership, accountability, and to frame things. When I talk to nationals, it doesn't matter. I'm trying to think of, like, it could be anything. It could be that the shuttle bus that they have us on is super hot and the air conditioning's not working, which that's never happened. But if it was, I can guarantee you, nationals, everything that we talk about is always dripping in a gratitude for something. It comes so naturally. It is the way in which you see the world. And this really applies to the people that lead you. When you have an innate sense of gratitude for your director or your national, it doesn't mean you have to worship them. Doesn't mean you have to drop them a thank you note in the mail every week. That's not what I mean. But it takes away the entitlement of, you've got to help me get there. You've got to text me right back. You've got to figure this out for me. And it helps you to just, see your world differently. Okay, so how can you develop this? If you don't already naturally have this, which I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. My mom always says I grew up to be, I was always a very grateful child. My parents actually, I know we all grew up in different ways. I came from an entrepreneurial household. And so my family actually, money was not, I did not grow up poor. Let me just put it that way. My dad was a successful businessman, but even, we'd go to the gas station and she'd let me get a lollipop. And I'd always say, thank you, mommy, thank you. And that's just how it was. She'd take me through the McDonald's drive-thru. Thank you so much, mommy, thank you. She'd be like, you're welcome, I'm feeding you. But that's how I saw the world. But I have had a lot of people come through that maybe don't naturally have this, and you can absolutely develop it. And this is gonna be like so cliche to the point that you might be tempted to like skip over it and be like, okay, yeah, I got that. No, but I really want you to do this. It is learning to practice gratitude. They literally call them gratitude practices. And so a great place to start would be like making a long list, like 50 things that you're grateful for. But I would challenge you not to say, oh, my husband. No, I am grateful to have such a hardworking husband that provides for me. I'm grateful to have a husband that supports me in my Mary Kay dreams. I am grateful to, instead of my, I'm grateful to have shelter over my, okay, I'm grateful that, you have to get specific. You have to get specific. Like, I want you to really, I mean, there have been times when I do my daily gratitude practice, instead of writing my kids, my family, my health, I'll say, I'm so grateful today when that car ran that stop sign that none of us got in an accident. I'm so grateful for my hair, that it's not falling out from cancer treatments. I'm not, that I don't have cancer, that I have beautiful long hair. I'm so grateful for it. Thank you, Lord, for my hair. You know, getting really specific and doing it in the last 24 hours. I'm so grateful that preschool drop-off went so well. I'm so, you know, whatever. And you start to, when you can pull it in to recent things that are specific, you start to train your brain to see that life is working out for you. You start to train it to see there is so much good going on. And so you have to, when it's coming to work with your Mary Kay business, you guys, there's so many things you can't control. The people you're working with, the people that you lead, the economy, there's, you know, your bookings, there's so much we cannot control. When you can frame things up with gratitude, you can just believe you're on the right track. And if you're a believer, if you're a follower of God, you have that lens too, to know he's writing my story. He's looking out for me. He can be trusted. Last week was 9/11. And I saw all these stories going around online of, like, you know, the man who wore a new pair of shoes and he had a blister. So he had to stop into the convenience store and get a Band-Aid. And because of that, he lived that day because he didn't make it to the Twin Towers. Or a woman who spilled coffee down her blouse and she had to turn around and change. Because of that, she lived. She didn't make it to work on time. Or the person whose kid was sick and they couldn't take him to school, so they had to call in, and they lived and they survived the Twin Towers. And they were just saying, like, you know, you never know when the blister that's rubbing on your foot is God in motion in your life protecting you. And so when you can believe this, oh my gosh, you guys, the peace that can surround your business, where you can just go and work and do what you need to do and trust that it's going to work out. I was sharing with the girls, I remember one time, I have so many examples of this, but a really good one. I wanted to finish my Power Start. And so in order to get a little Power Start pin from my director, I had to do 30 faces, and I had done 28. So for faces 29 and 30, I drove 45 minutes one way to facial 2 high school girls. They were 17 going on 18. They could not join and they did not buy anything. But you know what? Your girl got her Power Start done. I did my job. I treated them with professionalism. I still did an individual close. I sent them home for lookbooks for their mamas to look at. And I shared the opportunity, knowing that they could not sign today if they wanted to because they are 17. And I left and I earned my Power Star pin. But that 30th face was a girl named Megan Coleman, who went on to be my first Offspring sales director. And I have made 6 figures or more and will continue to for the rest of my life because I just did it. But gratitude allowed me to not get in the car and be ticked off that they didn't buy anything, that I didn't get an instant result. I wasn't worried about that. It works itself out. I have a dozen stories like that. Okay, I got to keep going now. I got to keep going with the other 3. So here's the thing though. You know how I said these 4 characteristics, they kind of build upon each other? The truth is, I also know a lot of really incredible people with positive mindsets who are super grateful, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they succeed in building a Mary Kay business to be really big. That doesn't necessarily guarantee they're going to make a lot of money. And so it's definitely great for quality of life, and it is like foundational. But if you're like, no, but I also really want to make a lot of money and I want to make a big impact and I want to move up, then you're going to have to keep adding on to this list. Okay. So this is the first foundational thing you're going to have. But number 2, the next thing you are going to have and develop is courage. So maybe with the first one, you might have been like, yeah, I got that. Yeah, I am very positive. I am so grateful for my leader. I trust the Lord. And then I say courage and you're like, listen, you can collect so much knowledge. You can get on these trainings every single month for the rest of the year. But at some point, you have got to have the guts to apply it. You have to. No, the funny thing about courage is, you know, you can kind of borrow it from somebody. Somebody can kind of like, things like this can make you feel it a little bit, right? Like I'd go to a meeting and I'd leave and I would be more emboldened to send those booking texts after the meeting than I was before the meeting. But ultimately, at the end of the day, nobody can do this for you. Nobody can do this. Well, nobody can do the first one for you either, but nobody can do this for you. I have a first-line director and she lives in Minnesota. I live in Virginia. It's a long ways away. She joined my team from Instagram. Okay. So she's telling me, I really want to be a director, Jamie. I really want to be a director, which by the way, she did become a director. But so we're talking about how she's got to go out there and see the faces, and I can't come help her, and I can't come do boots on the ground things. I told her, you know, if she gets through DIQ or she gets into DIQ, then I'll hop on a plane and come to Minnesota. But between now and then, I said to her, you're just going to have to make yourself say the words. And we've repeated that back to each other so many times. You just got to make yourself say the words. Like, you're going to have to make yourself just say the words I taught you to say to close the sale. I'm not going to be there, but I gave you the words. You're just going to have to make yourself say them. When it comes time to share the opportunity, I know you're scared, you're nervous, you don't know how it's going to be taken. You don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. You don't want to make people feel obligated. You don't want to look stupid. Ultimately, you're going to just have to make yourself say it. That is courage. You know, in Mary Kay, it can be really easy for all of us to get on these trainings and be like, oh, why don't you sell Christmas gifts to the men that you work with for their wives? Why don't you do this vendor show at your church? Why don't you take trick-or-treat bags around on Halloween night with your kids and do little goodie bags for the moms and warm chat them? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And we'll sit there and we'll nod. We're like, yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Why don't you have your big sister host a party for you? You know, whatever. And we're writing it down. We're like, I love that idea. Yep. I love the idea of doing a trunk or treat. Ultimately, for me personally, every single thing that we listed off took a lot of courage. Trunk or treat, vendor show, asking my sister to do a party, warm chatting somebody, asking anybody to do a facial with me. You name it. Any form of lead generating, there was not one single one that did not require a decent amount of courage for me to do. To this day, I could roll up to a party in my pink Escalade, hear the gravel crunching underneath my huge pink Escalade tires with my starter kit in the back. I swear to you, I would still get nervous butterflies to this day. They never went away from me. It took courage. When I had to do my first facial ever, like that was not with a family member and not without my director's help. It was with some coworkers. And I stood outside their apartment door for a long time before I finally made myself knock. And by a long time, I don't know, maybe like 60 seconds. But I mean, the point is, I stood there like, okay. And I made myself knock, and I made myself do it, and I made myself close the sale, and I made myself share the opportunity. At some point, you have to make yourself say the words. At some point, you have to make yourself do the vendor show. You have to make yourself warm chat somebody. You have to make yourself go to fall retreat. I don't know what it is. You can be the sweetest, kindest, most get on every Zoom call kind of girl and take the best notes, but at some point, you have got to have the guts to apply it. You are going to need courage, and you're probably going to need it a lot over and over and over again. Okay. So number 3, because I got to keep it moving. So we've talked about a heart posture of gratitude that will just cover your life and circumstances and a lot of grace and the people around you. Courage, the guts to just do it, to just do what you know to do, to start there. But the third thing that you're going to need, even if you're super grateful and you have those moments of courage where you're like, I booked the chicken list. What is that still enough to take you to NSD? It's definitely going to get you closer, but there's still more character to develop. And so the third thing I would tell you to start developing is your standards. It's your standards. Because I see a lot of people come through and they're amazing and they're talented and they're bold and they're brave for a short amount of time. And they won't stick with it long enough. They won't do enough of the courage-inducing work for long enough. They won't do it for long enough. And that's where standards comes into play. I remember I was 20 years old when I started my Mary Kay business, and I was in college. Okay. So take yourself back to being 20 years old in college. And one of my classmates was like, hey, Jamie, it's Ashley's 21st birthday this week. And so we're going to go out on Thursday to this restaurant and you should come. And I, without missing a beat, was like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. Thank you guys. I have something Thursday and I can't go, but I'm going to miss you guys. I had my weekly success meeting with that my director hosted on Thursday nights. It never occurred to me to just like miss the meeting. She probably would not have cared or noticed if I missed 1 week, but it was in my schedule. I will be at the meeting on Thursdays. It was never a thing like, hey, I have a lot of homework to do on Friday. No, I knew when the meetings were and I knew when homework was due. I got them both done. And as a 20-year-old girl in college, I missed a 21st birthday. Why? I had somewhere to be. I had a standard. Standards, when you have them in place, you don't need as much discipline, you guys. You really don't. You really don't have to have that much discipline. You just follow through. You just do it. And so I started to have the standard of making sure I ordered 600 a month because that always put me at star, to the point that I didn't have to think about it. After a while, I actually had to learn to raise that standard because it was just too easy. At first, it wasn't easy. It was just non-negotiable. I never have missed a Mary Kay event ever. Up to this point, I've never missed one. I missed one fall retreat for being postpartum. Never missed a company event at this point in my life, just because of the standard. So for you, it is events. It is, not every week is going to be perfect. Some weeks are going to be higher in sales than others. But if you have a low sales week, let's say you have a $0 week where you didn't see any faces, you didn't sell anything, just get back on the horse. That's what standards looks like. You just keep going. Expect something out of yourself. And back to what I said about it not requiring so much discipline, I started working out with a personal trainer about a year ago. So I work out 3 days a week, lifting weights. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm here to tell you, it has not taken that much discipline. Why? I literally just I pay somebody a lot of money to hold me accountable to working out 3 times a week. So it doesn't really matter if I feel like it or not. That no longer that always got in the way before with working out. Now yesterday, I can tell you for sure, I did not feel like it. I didn't feel great. My shoulder was kind of hurting. I thought to myself, this might make like a good rest day, but I was like, I'm paying her. I might as well go and just see if I can get through the workout. Of course, I was fine. All the aches and pains went away. And it dawned on me as I left. I said, I didn't feel like it and I didn't even feel that good, but that didn't mean that I couldn't do it. I was totally fine in that workout. I was totally fine. I could totally do it. It was a little hump. And the only reason I was really there that day was not because I am so uber disciplined and consistent in the picture of motivation. It's just it's scheduled. It's a standard. I pay for it. I have accountability. So what are your standards? And again, standards can also just be, well, this is how I dress. This is how I talk. I have a standard of not talking like this, or not speaking these things over myself, or not gossiping, or, you can have so many standards, but I'm sure Holly can agree. There are so many times in my business I've had to raise my standards and raise them again and get better standards and keep upgrading them. But as a new consultant, the standards that worked well for me was I just always showed up. I always gave my best. I made myself say the words. I did the things that my director trained me to do. And that took care of a lot of the stuff. Okay, number four, and the last one, and I got to wrap it up. It's a verb, okay? And it is leadership. Okay, this word, I don't want to be confused with like a position. Okay, I don't mean like, oh, the fourth thing that you have to develop is getting into a leadership position. I mean the verb and the act of being able to lead yourself. So you can even say leadership for myself. And another word that I almost went with, that's 2 words, is problem solving. Among everybody that I've ever worked with, I can now spot this a mile away with beauty consultants. It is their ability to be nimble and quick when challenges arise, and they don't have to be huge challenges. I'll give you a very simple example. A girl who's gone on to be a Pink Cadillac director, when she was a new consultant in my unit, I remember it was a month in, she wanted to earn her 600, she wanted to get her jewelry, and she was having an issue with her bank card. 9 out of 10 times, if a young beauty consultant has an issue with their bank card, that order's not going in. And I can't tell somebody, figure it out, move some money around, use another card, ask your husband. That's them. So the average person will tell me, I can't. I can't. I reached an obstacle. And so she told me, oh shoot, I'm having an issue with my bank card. And I was just like, we'll see what happens. And she said, it's okay. I'm gonna run down to the bank. I don't know what she did. Maybe she took out cash, moved something around, used a different card, used her husband's card. I don't know. But the point was she quickly just was slippery. She just figured it out. That same consultant, I remember sometimes her work would get out like 10 minutes before the meeting would start. And she had she wore like leisure to her work. And instead of being like, oh, Jamie, I don't have time to she would just bring her makeup and a change of clothes and she would change in the bathroom at the meeting. And I started to notice this about her as a baby consultant. She was just nimble. She was quick on her feet. She's quick on her feet. I remember another new consultant who went on to be a director. She registered for fall retreat. She was so excited. And then immediately she was like, oh my gosh, I have a breastfeeding baby. I didn't even think about this. I have a breastfeeding baby. What am I going to do? And I couldn't solve this for her, right? Like I couldn't say, oh, it's fine. Just bring your baby, because it wasn't my fall retreat. So I said, and she said, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Give me 10 minutes. And she came back. She said, okay, I have a friend. She's coming with me. She's going to watch the baby. I booked a different hotel up the road since, I know we can't bring babies to Lene's fall retreat. I've got it all taken care of. I already booked another hotel. She didn't ask for her money back or anything. She said, I've got a support person. I'm taking care of it. It's done. And I just remember thinking, yeah, most people, when faced with an obstacle, they wait for their leader to come figure it out for them and solve it for them. I want you to be more nimble, more quick, because the way you look up to your leader, you guys, one day, if the pink Cadillac is in your driveway, that means you're the leader. That means people are looking up to you. That means you're the problem solver. Practice now as a consultant. And it can be the little things that rise up. But, oh, we don't have enough mirrors. How can I be quick on my feet? I want you to practice this. And so that is that ability to figure things out quickly and to really put ourselves in those situations, to not wait for somebody to rescue us, but for us to be our own hero of each story, to figure it out. Your confidence is going to explode. And when you can lead yourself, then and only then can you lead others. How can you lead others if you cannot first lead yourself? So I'm a little bit over time already. And so I do want to pass it back over to you, Holly, but I want to encourage you guys, for all of us, no matter what level of the career path that you're on, it starts inside. You have to raise your level of excellence before we can raise others. And I'll close on one of my favorite quotes. I know we have some South Carolina girls on here, so I don't know if there's any Clemson fans. I'm not really a sports ball girl myself, but Dabo Swinney is the coach of the Clemson Tigers. And he said a quote on a podcast that has stuck with me for years. And he said, before we can be the best, we must first be our best. And so for all of you, no matter where you're at in the career path, for all of us, for me and Holly, before we can be the best, the least we can do is focus on being our best in our talk, our walk, how we dress, how we carry ourselves, how we think, the words that we use, all of it. And then you are on the path for greatness. So I'm going to pass it back over to the leadership team. Thank you guys for having me.
So wonderful. Thank you, Jamie Taylor. God, I have so much to say, but I'm going to let you guys be in the spotlight for a minute. All of you, thank you for showing up today. Thank you for being a part of this moment and this shifting. This was so beautiful. This training was so dang good. I love it and I'll use it forever. Jamie, thank you for your guts and for being prepared. It was so good. All right, y'all. So the way that we affirm Jamie is not telling our own life story. It's not telling our whole journey in Mary Kay, but telling her the one sentence that she said to affirm her and keep the light on her. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And I know we're tight on time. So if y'all just give me the one sentence, the main one, and y'all, this is your sentence. So it doesn't matter if Susie said the same thing. This is the one that you are taking away. Okay. This is not like, oh, only one person gets to love that. That's dumb. Okay. So tell us what you love. Okay. Anne Marie, take it away. And then Christy and then Jessica, y'all just be ready. So fire away.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamie. This was so good. Make yourself say the words. At some point, you just have to make yourself do the thing. Love it.
So good.
Thank you, Jamie, for speaking into us today. I just want to, the main thing is just those non-negotiables. If it's, something you're doing, You do it and you do it and you do it. And there's no questions asked. You're always star. You're always at events. And you have to use what people are pouring into you to pour into other people. And I just love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jessica, Joellen.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamie Taylor, for your energy, your time, and preparation. Thank you. Thank you. I loved it all, but my biggest thing that I heard you say is it's not my responsibility to problem solve for other people. I have to allow them to go through that journey and problem solve. So you saying that freed me up today. So thank you so much for that. That was very powerful.
Joellen, Julie, Kimberly.
Thank you so much, Jamie. This was incredible. So many takeaways, but I think the biggest thing for me is that you don't have to be super disciplined in everything, but you do have to show up and follow through. That was such a aha moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Oh my gosh, so much. But I'm gonna kind of pull it all back together with what your 4 characteristics. So great that they have to work together and build to the next. But it goes back to the very first thing you said at the very beginning. Success leaves clues, and you can look for these clues in each one of these characteristics within you.
And you can look for clues, like learn to study successful people, because there are clues all the time.
So thank you for giving us those steps to start looking in those.
Okay, Kim, Shelby, and Jill.
Thank you, Jamie, so much for pouring into this morning. I just love being in your space. Mine goes back to one of the first things you said. You said you just got to let yourself want it bad enough.
That's good. Shelby, Jill, and the Mary Creech.
Jamie, truly, sister, you are such a blessing to me. So thank you. And my big takeaway was that you don't need a lot of discipline when you have the right standards.
Yeah. Girl, that was so good. That was so good. And the fact that she said, I pay for accountability, so I don't even, there's no decision to make. I always show up to my appointments.
I have a complex about not being very disciplined. I'm like, if people are going to find me out, that I'm like, I just didn't feel that way. And I've learned, like, yeah, standards take care of that. You don't have to lean into discipline.
So good. Jill?
Thank you so much, Jamie. Oh my gosh, this was so amazing. I love your stories. I just love how authentic you are. And I love that you said, do enough of the courage-inducing work long enough. It's about staying in the game, not quitting, and just allowing myself to want it and believe it in my gut.
So good. Mary Creech, boy, it's good to see your face.
I feel so powerful right now that nothing could stop me right now. Woo! Jamie, you are awesome. Thank you very much. And Holly, you are awesome yourself. Thank you. There's everything you said, of course, but the 4 points you made, wow, that is very, very powerful. And our people really need to know that. They really do, in order to move up. And but before we can be the best, we must be our best. And that is bottom line true. And that's what carries us a long, long ways. God bless you. I love you so much.
Love you.
Beautiful.
Good to see you. Wow. Okay, Tracy, Kim, and then Paula.
Hey, I had to run inside. The train came by again, gracious. But I just wanted to say one of your last statements about to be the best, you have to be your best. And also about the problem solving. I love that because I can't solve everybody's problems.
Oh,
thank you so much. It was all so good.
Amen.
Holly?
I appreciated so much what you said right at the beginning, that what if this opportunity is created just for her? I have to get my eyes off of myself and what's wrong with me, and my makeup isn't good enough and my hair isn't, and focus on her and love her.
Beautiful. Thank you, Holly. Paula?
Well, Jamie, thank you for everything. I'm going to reiterate what Holly Hyman said. What if this business was created just for her? And all I could think was, what if 62 years ago, God put Mary Kay in place just for the girl I'm going to meet next week?
Yeah.
It's like, Thank
So
you
good.
so very much.
Thank you, Paula. Jamie Taylor does it again. Mic drop, you guys. Jamie, thank you so much for the standard of excellence that you set. We love you so much. I appreciate your time on a Saturday. And you guys, thank all of you so much for showing up today. I'm going to close this out in prayer. If you need to hop off at 11, I understand. I'm going to close this out in prayer this morning. Father God, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to remove the spotlight. Thank you so much, Father, for how you go before us and how you continuously, Father, have aligned our company. Let me fix this. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Father, for how you have aligned our company with the most incredibly impactful leaders who always shine their light on you, God. Keep the light inside of us brighter than the light on us. And as we take what Jamie taught us today, Lord, let it not fall on deaf ears. Just like she said, may we have the courage to open our mouths and say the words that we were taught. Father, can we take this information today and multiply it into our lives, God, so that you can exceedingly and abundantly multiply it into the lives of those that we touch, that we lead, the women at the grocery store, the ballpark, the guitar competition, God, everywhere we go, Father, we have the privilege of being a light because of Mary Kay Ash. God, thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for the nationals who paved the way. Father, as we close out today, I pray your exponential blessings over Jamie Taylor, over her sweet Cash and her baby Wren girl, over her man. God, I pray blessings and abundance over her national area, her emerging leaders, her soon-to-be national sales director, Taylor. God, what a gift. What a gift she is to our company. And I thank you for the day that you decided to put the stars, the moon, and the sky, the sunshine. God, but the day that you gave us Jamie Taylor, Lord, was such a gift to our company. And I thank you for bringing her into Mary Kay and sharpening her to the brilliant, bold, brave, inner circle leader that she is. God, thank you for her. And I pray your blessings will be multiplied in her life today. In Jesus' name, amen. You guys have a brave, beautiful, courageous, and powerful day. God bless you all. Love you big.